How long do you think you should wait before hooking up with someone, before having sex? Go ahead. Be honest, too. Be honest.
See, I've made the mistake of hooking up after the first date, and it does not ever go well for me, personally. So I'm trying to learn from my mistakes now.
Mm-hmm.
I think third date. Yeah.
By the third date.
After the third date. Like if you guys go out to dinner, then maybe afterwards I would.
So you would wait until the third date?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
I feel like for me, I don't know. It's hard to say. For me, I'd personally wait maybe like a month. Let's say a month. Just to see if I can test myself.
Well, this bodybuilder, right? What about him?
Well, we were talking for a little bit beforehand before I decided to fly out there.
But when you did fly out there,
oh, it was like, yeah,
it happened.
It happened, yeah.
Question on that: from the point that you first actually met in person,
mm-hmm.
what was the duration of time that that occurred?
An hour
before y'all got to it.
An hour.
Okay. So long as you've talked online for a period of time, did you guys have any phone conversations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you wait until the third date.
Yeah.
Have you always had that standard?
No, I used to do it right away because I just am a people pleaser, and I used to think that sex would make them fall in love with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, I just wanted to do a really good job. I thought if I did a really good job, then it would make them fall in love with me. Obviously, that did not work out. So.
What about, you said you were just out of a situationship. How long did you wait with this guy?
It was the third date.
Third date?
But it still didn't work out for me.
Still didn't work out.
So maybe we need to move it to the fifth date now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait a month.
Maybe you need to wait, yeah.
Yeah, I think women in some ways are kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't, because on one hand, even if you do wait, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that the relationship's going to work, obviously, but yeah, it's kind of, on one hand, you wait too long and that could be an issue, but if you too quick, some guys might view it negatively. So it is a bit of a difficult position. Okay, so how long do you think you should?
I don't think I can give an answer because I think it's entirely circumstantial. Like, you're not going to have the same connection with everybody. So with one person, you might feel more comfortable waiting, and with one person, you might feel more comfortable just jumping right in. I think there's no rule. When
you say more comfortable just jumping right in, do you mean that you recognize that perhaps, for example, maybe some girls here have had this experience, that if you don't hook up with him, maybe he's like really attractive, like a high status or whatever it may be, really attractive, you're concerned that you might lose him or not get him because if you don't sleep with him too quick?
I don't do that, no.
Okay, because there's definitely guys, like, if they don't want to wait, so.
If he's worth keeping around, he'll stay around. I won't have to make him with my body.
Okay. Were you about to do some snapping?
I was snapping.
What about you?
Yeah, no, I would say I'm usually about 3 dates in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 dates.
Mm-hmm. But I agree. I think there's circumstances in which you might wait longer and or quicker. Yeah, just depends. Say you're friends beforehand, right? I mean,
so just jump
last?
in that
Maybe?
situation.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you.
Sure, there's always variables. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, when I go on dates, I tend to have that conversation pretty early on what my partner is comfortable with and what they would desire, and vice versa, what I'm looking for. And if I don't feel that connection or spark on the first date or second date, I prolong it until I get to know that person. I become more comfortable with them.
Okay. What about you?
I think it just depends. Like, I really just go off a vibe. Like, I don't know, but the last relationship I was in, we didn't have sex for like 3 months. I feel like when you feel like a connection with the person, then that's when it happens. I don't know. I don't put like numbers or dates to it. It's like a feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's all depending on the situation and like what you want out of it. I mean, if you are connecting with someone and you can really see this like lasting a long time, sex shouldn't make any difference, really. But if you're like, this guy's cool for a hookup, then so be it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that you guys are right. It's completely circumstantial, and we all differentiate. However, me personally, 3 to 6 months. Personally.
3 to 6 months?
Yes. Oh, did you want me to like say why or elucidate
sure.
it?
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
Okay. Mostly because I did experience what you experienced, and I did think that doing certain things would make whoever fall in love with me until I, figured out, no, this is not how to do it. This is not the way to go about it. Thankfully, it only happened once. So with my last relationship, I made him wait about 3 to 4 months, mostly because that's when the honeymoon, the 3 to 4 months after exclusivity. So again, that could also range, but that's when the honeymoon phase ends. So I feel like that's a good time to like lock it in, like this is like the last step before, because I date to marry. So it's like, I don't know if I explained that right, but I feel like you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm.
But so you said that previously, this is a new rule of yours, waiting 3 to 6 months, correct?
Well, it happened after that one occurrence, yes.
That one occurrence where you hooked up too soon and he ghosted you, or what?
No, it was more like a friends with benefits situation with a guy too old to be doing that with someone my age at the time.
What do you mean? How old were you? How old was he?
I just turned 15, and he was a junior in college.
That's a yikes. Okay.
That's illegal.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What's his name, honey?
Yikes, bro. Oh my God. I thought it was going to be like you're 18 and he's like in his 30s.
No.
19, some shit like that.
You're a victim.
That's,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So, and besides that one example, were there other situations where you were hooking up with people kind of more quickly, or?
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, after that occurrence has ended, when it did end, I didn't think that I was worthy of love at all after that, because, I get, like she said, I was a victim or whatever, so I didn't really think that, I was already scarred. I grew up very religious. My virginity was gone, so I kind of hooked up a little bit, and then I found religion again. And I know this is like, I'm not a born-again virgin or anything, but then I found myself again, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't going to work. So whenever I was in the mindset to date again, that was the rule. So my first and only boyfriend, I did wait, and then now I'm going to wait with the next one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Is this solely based on like sex or the control that you want with it? You mentioned that you mentioned that you made him wait 6 months.
Oh, I didn't I had a conversation with him about it, like once I was comfortable enough, and I was like, okay, I'm not really comfortable having sexual relations with you. I didn't tell him what happened. I just wasn't comfortable with it, and then he was just like, okay. And then whenever I was comfortable with it, we just did it. But he never really initiated anything
he wasn't
like that.
Nagging you about it. And, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I was just curious.
No, that's fine.
What about you?
I typically like to talk to someone for a good amount of time and get to know them before anything happening.
Into the mic, please.
Before anything happening.
So how long?
At least a month of talking.
At least 1 month.
Yeah,
Okay.
1, 2, 3 months talking, getting to know them. I like to talk to someone for maybe a few weeks before even meeting up with them, just to test the waters of who they are or stuff like that.
But have you had any previous experiences where you just hooked up really quick?
I had, yeah.
Okay. It's sometimes called a hoe phase, party phase. You don't like that?
Of course I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were grimacing at the term hoe phase, but guys can have hoe phases too, I guess. So everyone's had hoe phases, I guess. I don't know about everybody.
Had one.
What's that?
I wish I had one.
Oh my! Don't say that. That's
haram.
Okay.